wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. He's the dream killer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, he hates fat people now. He is a bigger than big backs. All right.
Don't do that.
Look around, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. First of all, that's not true. Look, I'm just saying, like, because people, everybody, when they see me, they're like, man, you lost weight, you look good, what you doing? And then I start listing things off like, yo, I stopped drinking, I did this, I did that. And then they just be staring at me. So now I'm just really honest. So a big dude just asked me in the hallway, what I'm doing. I told him, he just still looked at me, because I could see the grease stain on his jockey suit.
God damn.
And I was like, well, nigga, you ain't gonna do it.
What'd he say?
He just was like, man. I could tell it hurt, but it was being honest.
What was the list? What was the list?
I mean, literally, I was like, therapy. I stopped drinking. This is a lifestyle. I started 5 years ago consistently, dude. I literally get up every morning, no matter what time I got to get up, at least go to the gym for an hour. I got stuff set up in my house. I go boxing 3 times a week. It's like when you tell them, they be like, oh, you really doing it.
Oh, so you worked.
Yeah, because they want you to say that you got the shot. That's truly what they would say.
That's what they want.
That's it. Are you doing the Ozempic? It's like, no, I can't. And it's no diss to nobody, you know what I'm saying? But it's funny because people roast you with the Ozempic thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's commercials for it. Like, people will go to my page, like, and say I do some workouts, they're like, Ozempic. That's all they say. Like, oh, I didn't do it, but okay, brother.
That gotta hurt, though, because you actually did it. Like, you talk about your process, and now they throw Ozempic on you. Like, I just told you, I box 3 times a week. And
it used to hurt, but it don't anymore because I don't understand how that's a roast, and they have commercials for it that say that is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
it's just like if I shit, it's like, oh, you go penicillin or Pepto-Bismol, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, come on, fam.
And I've seen you over time, and you didn't just wake up like that. Like, you have gradually, like,
just you've seen it.
your
It was a
health.
process. It wasn't like overnight. I guess, like, and then I don't know. It was funny that did happen in the hallway, but just I'm proud of myself. This is the most proud of, like, happiest I think I've ever been. Like,
And be
for
proud
real.
of black people, because back in the day, we used to say, damn, Rel on crack or Rel got AIDS.
They still say stuff like that.
Damn.
They still go say you're on crack, but then I don't even understand with this. Like, after the Chadwick thing, you would just think people would just leave people the fuck alone.
that's right.
Like, for real. Like, you don't know. But if I look happy, damn. But people are so sad, so they be like.
And it is a lot of happy crackheads. So, like, if.
But crackheads weren't always skinny. Like, it was a dude named Johnny Cash on the west side of Chicago who had the biggest calf. He's just athletic, the most athletic crackhead, because he walked every fucking day. Most crackheads in my era were in shape.
Yeah.
They really
had
was.
abs and shit. No, you're right.
Man, they was picking up shit. They was shoveling. They was doing all types of shit to get the crack money.
Yeah.
So they was in shape.
I never seen a fat crackhead, though.
You ain't never seen the fat one. And then the skinny ones are the ones, I think they had to be kind of already a little skinny. And then it was, I don't know what we
I'll
talking
be
about.
honest with you, I ain't never seen a dead one. All the crackheads that I knew growing up still alive now to this day.
Still to this day. Because
It's all that other stuff.
Well, crack ain't cocaine, right? So it's the cheap shit.
Well, crack is fried cocaine.
Yeah, but it's like the cheap version of it. I mean, that's what Snowfall said.
Why are we talking
So
about
crack
crack
is
right now? How do we get
So
here?
crack is what we need to lose weight, bro. Moral of the story.
I mean, honestly, I think some of this shit is crack. Like, nobody knows what it is. Ozempic is for diabetes, and then people doing it to lose weight. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
We're in a weird ass time. But people comfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, y'all got people that's saying they doing it. Like, I
Why
always
y'all
tell people,
picking on me?
leave me alone.
I will say this though. I met you a long time ago when I had a talk show on MTV. You came on there. You never looked fucked up to me. Like the way people acting, they acting like
They
you
act like I was fucking
400 pounds.
Like I was Lavelle Crawford and Bruce Bruce. And fucking Don DeLuise. Fucking.
God damn, bro.
I was Al Sharpton.
Damn.
Al Sharpton lost some weight too now.
Lord have
Yeah, but they don't
mercy.
even pick on this nigga.
No, I get what you're saying.
They let Al Sharpton live.
No, you're right.
Maybe that's what I need. I need to show up and do more shit for people. Yeah, leave me alone.
Well, you got a new movie, Dog Man.
Yeah, Dog Man.
Dog Man in theaters now.
This children's movie I need to be talking about.
After 20 minutes
Right
of crack
every
talk.
20 minutes of crack.
Real crazy, bro. They thought I was the
I thought about crackheads. Oh, yeah, so for the kids. Dog Man is out.
Oh, man.
But what's Dog Man about?
Dog Man is a amazing cartoon based
Dog
off
that
these
eats crack. No, I'm
amazing,
just messing with
but it is kind of Dog Man ain't dark, but it's because they put the head together with the man, but it's a really funny and fun movie. I got a chance to do with Pete Davidson and kids are loving this movie, and it looked like it's tracking to do really well. So I'm excited to be in that space where we do those cartoon movies that really kill the box office, and I think this is gonna be one of them.
Is the box office back?
Yeah, for certain stuff, I think family stuff is doing well. One of them days, I'm proud of what that's doing. I'm in that too. And that's good for comedy too, comedy movies. And they did a good job of that too, because they did a good job of casting and just making it funny, because a lot of stuff just hasn't been really funny for real again. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm about, like, when I leave here, I start directing my first movie that I'm starring in, and
Congratulations.
doing with Tiffany's in it, and I guess I could do it. Yeah, I mean, we ain't got no PR budget, so I might as well just say.
Might as well start now.
So Carlos Miller, I got Carlos.
Okay.
King Batch, Tony Baker.
Okay.
So this is gonna be fun. Like I believe like it's time to start casting comedians for real in these comedies again. It's a comedy horror.
There's one comedian you ain't named that be getting busy.
Who?
She works up here.
I'm like,
Oh, Jess?
Hey, y'all.
Jess, who you for?
Jess
No,
is-
Rel
Jess
done
is
did
killer.
that before. Rel said, no, I'm not doing that
Shut
again.
up. No, he didn't.
Don't do that.
He
Jess,
ain't say that.
I
He
did
giving
not say
other people
that.
chances, yo.
Also, Jess, like if it was some, I love Jess, so I know we're gonna work again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, shut up.
Don't do that. I love
Me
Jess.
all the time over this.
For real?
Yes,
And you
yo.
are like great. Like I'm
Come on,
surprised
Jess is
like people not
fantastic.
begging you to do more sitcoms.
Yeah.
That your timing and everything was just natural and perfect.
Thank you, bro.
But there's not a lot of sitcoms with black people nowadays.
I mean,
Not the joint y'all was. What y'all call that? 2-camera? What they call it?
multicam.
Multicam. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, but you still got like the Miss Pat show, the Upshaws.
Yeah.
So I just think we just gotta we just gotta do it. I mean, Bounce got a bunch of, but I don't. Yeah.
You about to say nobody watching Bounce.
I didn't say that.
That's what you was about to say, Rel. It's okay.
People be
No, I
watching
didn't say
Bounce
that.
But you
a
can
little bit.
create something that maybe somebody will watch on there.
No, I think it's time to like start downplaying those places like the Bounces and all these different places. Like, let's go there. Let's bring our material there. We trying to get to these other spots. Go to the place that's going to accept your material.
But it's a money thing too. I agree with you, but we can't just go to these places and do charity. They got to have the budget.
Well, the budgets ain't that great for the other stuff, the big stuff neither. They cut everything. So you might as well go to a place that's going to let you creatively do what you're supposed to do. Do what you want to do. That's why I like Tubi's a lick. I love Tubi.
We're on Tubi. The Breakfast Club's on Tubi.
Yo, I'm telling. Oh no, don't proudly say, "Oh, we on Tubi now." You got to joke
I
about
said
Tubi
it kind of
every
low.
day.
I said we on Tubi.
Yeah, right. Told y'all.
I love
man.
Tubi though.
It's
Tubi,
smart,
I don't
man.
think there's
Shit.
no better comedy on the planet than Tubi.
And
But
it's
that-
unintentional.
It's
That's why
unintentional.
it's so
So
funny.
could you imagine if I had a really good meeting with them, and that's one of the things I approached them about. Like, because I don't want to just give them content. I'm like, yo, let me be an executive over here.
Yeah.
Let me help with your let me run your comedy.
Yes.
They'll help bring the stuff in there. But I'm trying to give them my special. I just shot. I did a comedy festival last year, and I shot my special there. So I feel like Tubi's a lick, man.
Tubi got 94 million. What is 94 million monthly viewers or some crazy number like
Dude,
that?
they got the view. Like, that's why it's time to really, like, if they're smart, you literally could do what Netflix did. Just start taking in really good content. Like WB and shit.
I want to do a Breakfast Club murder mystery on Tubi. One of my favorite shows on Tubi is
You want to do a Breakfast Club murder mystery? Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like this show called, Jess was on it, called I Got a Story to Tell. It's an anthology series.
Yeah.
Man, that shit's so good. You seen the gas station pill episode with Young Jock and
Jock.
Yeah,
Ronnie
that
Jordan?
was
Just
that
was
was
in
that
it,
was
yeah.
that was good.
What?
That was
Ronnie
good.
Jordan was really good in that.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
He was.
Jock was too.
Jock-
Have they ever asked you to play an ugly person? Like, Rel, we need you to play.
What?
Because in the show, Jock had to be his character was supposed to be ugly.
Well, start with that. Like,
Have you ever said
Yeah,
that?
was
to you,
that the
Rel?
character description? Like, yeah.
No, seriously. Have you seen it? That's,
I
It
mean,
was just the nigga that he wanted
No,
to
they
be
called
was
him
sexy,
ugly.
ultra sexy.
I ain't never been asked to play an ugly person. Well, maybe I have. I asked Cat Williams. He said I'm ugly, so maybe I haven't been the
Cat,
ugly.
said,
nigga.
Cat did say that.
He called me ugly. He called me the ugliest nigga. He's like, man, you go to the mall in Atlanta, ain't nobody gonna talk to you. I'm like, that's weird. I did well in Atlanta when I was single.
With what though?
You know what I'm saying? I was in these streets.
No, I'm saying with men, women, it's Atlanta.
Jesus Christ.
Charlamagne.
I'm just asking.
What is he
Rel.
throwing
I
at you?
don't know.
He
You gotta
called you
make sure.
ugly.
No, Rel. Nowadays
He
you
asked
got
you what
to
you
make
identify.
sure.
Charlamagne,
Not,
come on.
I know
His-
you.
your
I'm not talking
preference
about
ain't
you.
his
I'm talking about for the
preference.
He
internet.
specifically asked me.
Yes,
He
because for
did.
the internet, because I don't want them to take this out of context.
He want to know what you
I'd
prefer.
rather them take it out of context than you make it context.
Dumbass.
Like you made it context.
What did you do to
Everybody else
Charlamagne?
assumed that,
No,
you know,
man.
He just called you ugly. Want to know
He
what
didn't
you
call
what
me
you
ugly.
I did not call him ugly.
Want
You
to
see
know
what
what
he
you
doing?
identify
I'm
as?
out here doing
Jesus said
everything.
you use Ozempic
You mad
and
you
crack.
ain't gay.
Jesus.
That's
Jesus
the problem.
Christ.
You mad
You
ain't
see what
gay?
they just TMZ'd me.
Is you just trying?
Now, Rel eyed me up and down
No,
to see what he can jump on.
but you didn't go that far. I mean, you took it. I mean, come on.
What
He
he
didn't
say?
say
He said the
Envy
crack.
always take
some
it
of the
extra
stuff was a
far.
conversation. We was
Well,
talking
that's
about
it.
we was talking about the crack era. He said I was on crack.
You see what I'm saying?
But I never seen you with a man. I would never ask, hey, when you was in Atlanta, did you date a man or woman? I would never say that.
It was only the ladies. Atlanta is full of gorgeous black women. When I was in my single days, I used to have good times out there.
How much did how has being engaged changed you?
I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm not in no thirsty place. You know what I'm saying? But I was like that before I even proposed to her. I just got to a point where I was just like, I just want to chill. I'm grown. I'm not, you know what I mean? I like literally just love being around my girl. That's it.
And it's your second time getting married.
Both of us, yeah. It's both our second time around. So, and we ain't Diddy. Everybody like, when you gonna do it? We possibly may have a reality show, and so we may wait to do it and talk about it on the show. Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, because what I want to do is actually people to see the real conversation about it, because I don't necessarily want a wedding. So she does. So we've actually stopped talking about it so we can save it for the show so people can really see what this real conversation is about.
Why don't you want a wedding?
I think it's overrated. I think I talked about that here one time
Last
before.
time you was in, by the way, that started a real conversation, not just online, but just in everyday life. People was talking to me about that. I think you said
The wedding or the marriage? What was it?
yeah, you got to prepare. What was it? You got to prepare for marriage.
Yeah, I
excited
think
for
you
the
should be
wedding.
focused on the marriage, but also we should be. I think we should treat anniversaries like weddings. Like how we gonna celebrate? It's like when kids start school, right? He a freshman, we give him the graduation his freshman year. You don't know if this nigga gonna stay in school the whole 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. I think we should take anniversaries, but make those the big celebrations and not the weddings.
Now when you say it like that, it's like you spend all this money on the wedding and you don't know how long it's gonna last.
Y'all ain't been through nothing. Ain't nothing to really celebrate. I think anniversaries deserve that energy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I liked it when you said it last time. Like nobody puts the thought and the emphasis into the marriage. What is this marriage going to be?
What this marriage gonna be like? And then especially if y'all got through a tough year. Yes, I want you motherfuckers to celebrate me.
Right.
We done went through a tough time. Like celebrate make anniversaries bigger. Spending all this money on these because now everybody break up so quick too. It looks just crazy.
But how would that affect you? I guess the times are so different now. You can do whatever you want. I was about to say, how would that affect you doing reality TV and still doing film? But I guess it don't even matter nowadays.
I think nowadays, because it's not, it wouldn't just be, more or less the focus would be on her because I think she's amazing and on blending our families and things like that. So also too, it's some fun to watch the way I'm moving in my career too. So, it's a lot of things people don't know. Like I really been on my business this season for me. This is the season of business for me. So that's why I did a festival. That's why I'm directing. That's why I'm producing and doing all this stuff. I'm in boss mode now.
Are there any rules anymore in Hollywood?
You know what's fun? I think everything is Hollywood. I wish somebody would say, because I always hear I shout out to my homeboy Country Wayne, but he always kind of talking about going against Hollywood. But I'm like, bro, you in Hollywood. You're filming, you're making movies. That is Hollywood. I think we keep thinking Hollywood is a place and it's an industry. I don't care if you put stuff on content on Instagram. You're part of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? That's Hollywood. So I just think I think people love to just say I'm not a part of this thing, but fam, Hollywood is Hollywood. As long as you're making movies and TV, even skits and all that stuff, episodic stuff, that's Hollywood. Yeah.
I actually feel like the traditional Hollywood is kind of behind the 8 ball because you got these people like the Country Wayne, the Drewskis, whoever, Jess, they doing all of these skits and sketches every single day. It's like watching a TV show every day.
Well, it don't exist. I mean, it don't exist in a good way. Right? It's actually embracing more people. That's why, we were talking about Tubi. I do love that we are embracing these other filmmakers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's coming from everywhere. It's not I think we just be so it's just feel good, I guess, to say Hollywood. And it's like, okay, they don't even shoot in LA for real no more.
Yeah. You about to be out here in Jersey a lot?
You said what?
You gonna be out in Jersey a lot? They got the Lionsgate studio opening in Newark.
The movie we
Jersey?
shooting in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But we shooting that. So it's. I mean, hopefully LA honestly work on its tax credit because especially with the fires and everything, you want to see that community get built back up, and so hopefully work on these tax incentives because there's nothing being shot in LA. Which
You
is
live in
crazy.
LA or no?
Yep.
Were you affected by the fires at all?
Yeah. No. we only had to evacuate one time, and that's because of the Kenneth fires, which was really close to us. Like, we can see it, and but we was only gone for one day. But I couldn't sleep that whole first week because you didn't, the phones was going off. I was watching the news the whole time, making sure the fam was good because you didn't know when you had to pick up and leave. And you had to have the mindset of, oh, it's a chance all this stuff is going to be gone.
Did you pack up what you wanted just in case? Like, I'm going to put this right here in the car just in case we got to go?
Yeah, I just took, honestly, I was okay with losing a lot of the stuff. I was more or less, all the papers and stuff, the important papers, But
pictures.
I didn't even think, I was like, all these Jordans is gone.
These Jordans are gone.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it is what it is. But it's that was one of the craziest things I've ever, and I'm from Chicago, but like that fire thing and the ambers was flying everywhere. I ain't never seen no shit.
You could see
like
the ambers and everything.
Because it was so windy. It was like 2 days where it felt like hurricane winds. It was frightening. And they couldn't stop the fires because of that. Like the fire departments and shout out to the firefighters. Like they got all those young people that's in jail that came out and they did most of the work. It was crazy.
So what's the point of being in LA now if you're not from LA? Like salute to everybody who's from LA because they're the people who like really love LA. They rep it in the real way. They don't even think what y'all do or what we do when we go out there is really LA.
No,
right?
they like, y'all transplants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's the reason for you to be out there now?
I mean, I don't know how long we're gonna stay out there, to be honest with you. But I love LA. It's tough because wifey was talking. It was a real conversation about it. Because I don't know. I'm not in a rush to leave. You know what I mean? Because I like LA and I'm from Chicago. I think you should live outside of wherever you grew up at. If we move, we probably gonna go to Mississippi though.
Why Mississippi?
Cause that's where she from. I know people got a bunch of land out there, so I'm like, dude, we might as well go down there and build something.
If I'm not mistaken, there's always been a connection. Like a lot of people who came to Mississippi back in the day migrated to Chicago. Yeah.
Wow. It's a whole. I think that's why me and her hit it off. To be quite honest with you, because I love a country Southern black girl, and she's a black girl because people love to call her not black. I do. Man, let me tell you, so this is what I catch. I catch it for losing weight, and I catch it for Kat said you got them light skin. You got you a light skin. They gave you that light skin girl around.
They gave.
Hollywood gave it. I was like, where do they do this? What the fuck are y'all talking about? They don't be giving out people.
Did the Cat Williams thing motivate you to lose any of the weight in any way?
Nah. Hell no. I ain't motivated.
It was already losing weight.
Yeah,
before the Cat Williams thing, man.
I was more or less like, when I saw Get Out, I didn't like the way I looked. And it wasn't necessarily the physical part. It was just like, how you could see how, like, I know it was a great moment, but I could see how sad I was. Even when I was doing a real show, I was still trying to figure things out. It wasn't until I went to therapy for real, Charlamagne, and was like, damn, I really buried so much shit that I didn't even know that was buried. And then you come from the crib, from Chicago, even some of the stuff that I grew up seeing, I normalized it, and that shit was affecting me. So until I went to therapy and really talked this shit out, I didn't realize I had all that shit going on. I really didn't.
And I love that you can speak to that because you were very reserved on set. Like, you was quiet. You was like,
it was a lot of pressure on me on that set, man.
Yeah,
I was doing too much.
Didn't know you as well as like your friends knew you and all that type of stuff. But I could still see, it was definitely. Then you had your kids with you out there. It was a lot of things that you had to do.
Also, too, I'm trying to make a show to impress black people, which is so fucking tough to do.
Lord have mercy.
I learned a big lesson from there. You just got to creatively do what you do, because you're not. Everybody always gonna find something wrong with something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I learned a lot from doing a real show. It's even just learning to like delegate better. A lot of times you saw me because I was always thinking about what I had to do. So. I learned a lot. I mean, like, between therapy and then owning a lot of stuff, like, I do everything so much better. I'm a better person on every set I'm on. I bring better energy. Even that, sometimes I was overdoing my blackness sometimes, like, on sets, like, you ain't gonna tell me what to say, and all that shit. And it's like, Real, you doing too much. So going to therapy made me literally overanalyze myself and own a lot of my bullshit.
You go to therapy with your wife?
You said you were sad, too. That's a very specific word.
No, I was hurting because I was going through a divorce. Like, around Get Out was Carmichael's show. And so going through a divorce, trying to figure out, I think most dads don't talk about this, but when, the kids are with your mom and they was with the mom and they was with you, and now you by yourself, man, that's an adjustment. And most men don't talk about it. Because everybody think, oh, you out here, because most, the baby moms are like, oh, you out here living it up, and da-da-da. Like, no, I'm like laying in their rooms because I miss them.
Yeah.
I'm sad,
Yeah, I'm sad as fuck because I don't have that energy around anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I was really sad, and I had to really, when I talked to my therapist about it, I had to open up about stuff that I didn't even know that was buried like that.
And to the outside world, that was your moment. Like, you was having your big break, get out, now.
Well, that's what kept me alive, though. Charlamagne was the art.
Wow.
Performing kept me alive. Like, if I had to deal with what I was truly thinking about myself, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you learned this in therapy. They say that, staying busy is a response to trauma. That's what I learned in
100%
therapy.
it is.
So, and I never saw you take a break.
Nope. Yeah. I mean, if you think about that time, I was doing look, this is the thing about it. Like, I don't get enough credit. Like, I be looking at I was literally I was doing an interview yesterday. I was talking about how I saw one of those pictures with all the comedians on there, and I'm like, how the hell I'm never on these lists? Like, after Get Out, I did like 30 movies. How many stand-up comics have done that with specials and had a sitcom? So I can't make none of these lists?
Well, tell me who the list is first now.
You know what it is. It's the same people. It's the picture with the greats on there. Eddie, Richard, the Kings,
Chris.
All those guys. Chris, Dave. Kevin, Eddie Griffith. I saw Jay Farrow on there. They had Gerard on there, Martin. The list. But it's like, if you think about it, when you look as totality, as a resume, I don't know how many of those guys, even the ones who's great, match it with my resume.
Why do you feel like they don't put you on the list?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like either I've made it look really easy. Because I'm still a beast on stage. Like, it ain't like any audience person that comes see me live, because sometimes I always surprise my audiences, because some of them only see me in movies. And they be like, damn, you hysterical. I'm like, yeah, I'm a really good stand-up comic too.
Is it because sometimes they look at you possibly as a loner? Like, when you see these comedians, you see comedians with each other. We always see Rel by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, but shit, Eddie Griffin don't be hanging out with nobody.
Also, too, I know that you've been doing it for a long time, but to the general public, it hasn't even been 10 years.
Yeah, but think about this. If you truly look at, I literally did it in such an old school, like, I would at least think my people will at least push, because I came from the chitlin circuit. I did it literally step by step. I was on Comic View.
Crazy people don't remember that. Or
They don't
see
know
that.
that.
They don't know that.
They think Cav a plant.
But then, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even that, like, but they still put them on these lists. Like, I think honestly, it has to come from the other comedians, right? And I've never from the other comics. Like, comics that text me. I have comics that would never tweet or Instagram. They love my specials, but they'll text me. And that, to me, that's the part of that, like, weird. It is a cliquey thing. Some of the stuff is a little clubby, but, like, I don't know. I think, and also, too, it's on me a little bit where when I had the heat on me, like extremely on me, I didn't necessarily want the press for it. And that's because I was in a place where, not necessarily just sad, but I don't know. I just didn't feel
want
comfortable.
people to see you yet.
I didn't want them to see me.
Yeah.
That's real shit. I didn't want that, because I didn't like how it felt. Even though things was going great. Because think about that. We Get Out, dude, I should have been on some magazine covers. I could have did that stuff. I was just like, let the work speak for itself. Let me just stay in the back. Yeah, But
It
now,
did culturally, though. Like, culturally, I felt like, that character in Get Out was a big deal.
Yeah.
I've done some culture things. Like, even just being on Insecure, that's a big culture thing. Even like doing movies like Judas and the Black Messiah, like being I've been a part of some really powerful moments. Like, even when Jay did his 444 album, and when we did that music video, the Black Friends, and it was me, Issa, Gerard. Like, I've been a part of some really cool things. I just never participate in hyping myself up like I should have.
It is interesting, right? And I be having these conversations sometimes. Like, when I look at like you and Gerard Carmichael, y'all have had everything, right? Like, y'all had the sitcoms, the HBO specials, the big movies, but then it still don't cut through like an 85 South show or a Duval or
well, that's true and not true. It's just spaces for everything, right? And so, like, you think about Carmichael's show, that's still a very well-loved show. Like, so many people still talk about it and still, like, approach me about it. But once again, Gerard is kind of like me, too. I think until we saw, like, Gerard, we're seeing him come into his own, too, now. He's a lot more open about everything than he's ever been. We saw that by the time we got to Rothaniel, you know what I'm saying? That's why he had his moment. That's why he won an Emmy. That's why you saw him get more attention with that. And so I think that might be my season now, to be quite honest with you, because now I'm like, I'm such a nerd of this shit. I purposely did everything I did so I could be one of the greatest. I wanted a sitcom with my name on it on network TV. All that shit was done on purpose. even just the way I did the movies is based off like what Bernie Mac did. Like if I get one small role, it's like Bernie will kill any role. Okay, real, make sure even if it's small, be memorable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but now I'm in a place now, even just having a great PR team I have now, this is the most I've ever been. But I feel good. I'm happy, and I believe in myself for real. So I'm comfortable showing people who I am.
Yeah, but I also think it's like you said is being seen, right? If you think of some of the comedians that you name, you see them all the time, right?
That's what I mean.
But it's not just see them on billboards. You see them at the game. You see them at these events. You see them at these.
You opening this all the time,
and you picture and you see them all the time. Even in newspapers, you see them all the time.
Well, that's why I've been participating. Well, it's so funny because like I did that Jennifer Hudson walk thing that came out yesterday, and people been fucking with it. But that's what I'm saying. That's a part of I know
it
now.
It seems stupid, but it connects.
Well, because I feel good though. Envy, like I'm telling you, I'm really confident and I'm so happy. It's almost like I'm excited about letting people feel my energy. But at that time, I didn't. It almost some of that stuff I didn't know if I felt like I deserved it.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. I was in a weird place, and I could be honest about that. I think at the time I couldn't even admit to that. Even when like Gerard and them could tell something was going on, and I couldn't articulate it to my friends what was going on yet because I didn't understand.
I meant to ask, but earlier, do you do couples therapy with your fiance?
We're thinking about it. She thinks we should do it, but let me say this: I think we should do it, but. For me, it was like I want her to go to therapy consistently on her own first. Because women love to do this couple shit, but won't work on their personal shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love therapy. Then you should love therapy. We both consistently go on therapy. Cool. We could go talk to somebody together because we know how to do therapy.
Right. She has to find the right person for her though, as well.
Yeah, I mean, who she's talking to now, she absolutely loves. Okay. So we'll find and it's interesting with couples therapy because I be watching like shows like Shrinking is one of my favorite shows. I love that show. Have you watched Shrinking?
I saw a couple episodes.
So good. And so like it's interesting because most couples go to like the pastors and so I don't know. It's interesting to find who our couples therapy person would be.
It's what you saying is interesting because. It's hard enough to start seeing yourself.
Yeah.
So when you and your partner get together and y'all start peeling back them layers and you thought one thing and she thinks another, oh my God. You thought you was raw with just you.
But Charlamagne, even though we don't go to therapy, we do that a lot. And it's been beautiful. I mean, like even one day, I think a couple weeks ago, she was like, we need to communicate better. I'm like, we're actually doing it. We just not agreeing.
That's real. Yeah.
We talking about it. And I think that's maturity too, being able to have a conversation and not agree. Like, nobody has to win this.
When you get there, that's good. That's when your relationship is good. Because first couple of years, I ain't going to say most people, mine is you fighting to win. You just want to win. You don't care what you got to do to win. But when you realize, we got two different opinions. All right, keep it moving. That's when you've established something.
No, that's where we're at, too. And I actually love that. Like, I love the way, I don't know, man. And even with that, right? Like, to be legitimately in love and appreciate what love really is and a partner, man, that's just next level. I really appreciate her. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I love talking to her. And once again, even when we don't agree, it's so interesting because sometimes she'll get really on 10. And I'll be like, all right, well.
You love it like you love your kids? They always say if you love somebody the way you love your kids, then you really in love.
I think your partner's a whole nother level of that too, though. Because I remember like when my dad, when my mom passed, and just we were trying to figure out his pain. Because he lost somebody who was his best friend, who he decided they made that decision together. That's a whole nother type of love and relationship. So I just think it's different.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard you say that you feel like she should get therapy for herself first. Like, what are some things that you see that she needs to work on, individually before couples therapy?
Well, now don't get in trouble now.
No, she's working on everything. I mean, we both are. Like, and I ain't gonna put her personal stuff because we do really talk about it. Yeah. But she's working on it. Like that's why she goes there. Like Danella it is crazy. It's really the stuff she's working on is all it's gonna do is make her even greater. And like for me, I see her, and that's one of the things. Like sometimes when I kind of get on her about things, it's because I can see the greatness in her. You know what I'm saying? And like when somebody really see great, honestly, I tell her this all the time. I stopped drinking because I had the right woman. It was something I wanted to do for a long time, but I couldn't. I don't know. Whatever I needed, she was able to provide for me, and it was from this, like, I know you want to get better, and I'm not going to even like poke at you about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just cover you and pray for you. And man, I'm going to be there for you.
That's what it is.
And I'm going to let you know I'm proud of you when you're, and that's what she did. And this, I literally just told her that, like, it's like one of our weird emotional crying, because that's what I met too. Like the tears come down there. Like some days I wake up and I just be like, I like can't believe I'm like, you saved me.
Wow.
Like she literally to me saved my life.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, I
know you got to go, but what got you to a place of worthy?
Ooh, that's a good question. Wow. You know, and that's that. At first, I didn't feel like it because, you know, you go through. It's so funny that happened with the fires too a little bit, where like I kind of felt guilty that I placed in Catch Fire in a weird way because I felt bad for everybody.
Yeah.
Like people lost everything, and I'm like, dang, why do I feel guilty about being kind of blessed in a way? Because it didn't happen to me. But it's that same thing. Was like, you know, when I felt worthy for real, Charlamagne. It was really, here we go. It was one of the therapy sessions, right? And I remember my therapist I was trying to explain to her, I don't know what I was saying to her, maybe acting like I didn't deserve some of the stuff. I couldn't understand why. And that's when we started doing that exercise to talk to little me. You know what I mean? Like, yo, the kid who had the dream, who was on the west side of Chicago watching the TV, right? Like, dang, I wish I could. Like, it didn't seem realistic. Like, even when we say Hollywood, from where I live, I'm like, what, is that a real place? It felt like Oz. But then, like, she was like, talk to little you because you actually did it. And so that's when I had that moment, like, oh, shit. I went back and told little me, like, dude, we made it. We made it in that movie theater where, like, you would sit there for hours and watch back-to-back movies because it was just taking you, you know, away from whatever. You made it inside the TV. Like you end the thing, you're part of this beautiful, great dream you had, and you worthy of it. Like you earned it, fam. And I was like, damn, and that's really when I felt worthy, and that's why, like, I love that. You know, one of the biggest compliments I do get more than anything is like, dude, you just seem happy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so comfortable. And just even though not just being real, like even my relationship with God is on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the conversations I have with God now be so honest.
Yeah.
And so like lately, I'll say it again, like this probably been the most emotional I've ever been in my life. I just wake up sometimes with a new praise every single day.
That's what it is.
And I'm loving what I do more now. Even just like, you know, promoting Dog Man. And I'm like, wow, I'm in this animated movie that's one of those big movies, and I get a chance for a book that the voices never existed, and the first time a kid hears Chief talk is me.
Right.
That's so cool. I'm literally enjoying every aspect of this now, more than I ever have, man.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
As you should. Well, Rel got to go, guys.
I'm proud of you,
That's
brother.
Live TV.
Keep doing the work, Rel.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man.
It's Lil Rel, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check out Dog Man in theaters now. And it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.